Greg Burge with Beech Grove Firearms in Beech Grove, Indiana, with us. And Greg, appreciate you sparing a couple of minutes from what I assume is a pretty busy day for you.
Yes, sir, it is, and I thank you very much.
You bet. All right, so we're 12 days out from the election. We know what things were like in 2008, and really how things have been since 2008. Are you seeing, though, an increase in what's already been a pretty busy year for you?
Yes, ever since the night of the second presidential debate on October 16th, when President Obama pretty much ended all speculation of what he might do in a second term, when he told the American public that he would reinstitute a second assault weapons ban. In 9 days, I went from selling on average one AR-15 a week to just in the last 9 days, we have sold 21 of them.
Wow.
Yes, so I'm sure there's other stores that have seen bigger spikes, but for the volume that this store puts through, that was a pretty large spike in 9 days.
And now, Greg, are these folks who are concerned that this gun ban is going to go through, or are these folks who are maybe thinking that the price of these firearms would go up if such a ban were to pass?
Yes, the two are kind of complementing each other, because when he took all speculation out when he said what he's going to do, so they're just going back and using history for their guide here.
Right.
The day before the election in 2008, ARs were selling around $800. 2 days after the election, ARs had doubled in price. So they're just going backwards and going, well, he took the guessing game out of it, so we all guessed in 2008. Now he says in 2012 this is what he's going to do, so they're banking the market will do the same thing, and it's already started to begin. The price is beginning to rise.
And it's interesting, Greg, because I don't think that Barack Obama would have the votes in Congress to get a semi-auto ban through, but we've seen the president, kind of do an end run around Congress whenever possible, and so maybe. These are gun buyers who think it really doesn't matter if Congress would say no. Obama's going to do something.
Absolutely, and I mean he has the power of the pen and the executive order power, and that's been something that has been discussed in many forums. And I'm pretty confident this group of gun haters, and yes, I did call them gun haters. They're going to do whatever they can the last 4 years that they have. Hopefully they won't have the last 4 years of power, but if they do get their wish, I say the sky's the limit on what this administration will try to do to our Second Amendment and our gun rights.
Yeah, to that end, Greg, I mean, you've obviously got a lot of customers coming in. Are they also voters? Are they talking about the election?
Yes. Typically, over the counter, we don't try to institute politics into our salesmanship.
Right.
Because, you just kind of keep your opinions to yourself.
Right.
But ever since that night, politics has been a very hot topic in this firearm store, and that I haven't heard one person come in here and say that they were voting for him, and they're pretty fired up about it.
Interesting. Now, does that include new gun owners? Have you had anybody come in who saw that debate and decided, I'm gonna buy a firearm? I've never bought one before, but I'm going to now.
That honestly, I have not seen a new gun owner come in and buy what would be deemed the evil black rifle market.
Okay.
The new gunners are coming in and they're basically buying home defense because they're so scared of what they think could possibly happen in all kinds of facets, whether it's the end of the world 2012 logic,
right,
or if it's just this one topic that came up the other day that kind of threw me was. Some folks were wanting a shotgun for home protection, didn't own a gun at all. Wife was against the gun, but agreed we need something. And it came up that they are watching the polls, and they're worried this election might set itself up like the Gore-Bush election, and it may come down to, weeks of dragging out who's going to be our president and increasing the racial tension if it should go that way and causing riots. Well, I hadn't really thought about that. But I would hope our country would have enough civility to, hopefully it doesn't come down to that. And we all know on November 6th that Mitt Romney's our next president, hopefully. However, every time I turn on the news channel, it has the polls basically at a dead heat all the way across. So I'm like, this may play out again like Gore and Bush, and God help us if it does, because I don't know if the civility could be maintained that it was during Gore and Bush.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to be on the air on NRA News on election night until 3 a.m. Eastern time, Greg. So you can tune in and get the results there. And hopefully, before we sign off at 3 a.m., we will be able to project with confidence or declare Mitt Romney as the winner that night.
God, I hope you're right.
Listen, I know folks are concerned about what happens if it drags out, and you're right. We've seen a real loss of civility that extends, I think, now with these Rolling Stone comments all the way up to the office of the president.
Sure.
But I've got to say, I've been doing NRA News for 8 years, and I think gun owners are some of the most civil, polite, genteel individuals that you'll ever run across. So
You're exactly correct.
Once again, I think we'll be leading the way in maintaining and restoring that civility when it's needed.
Sure, I think that's what the Constitution kind of stated was our duty.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Greg, I've probably kept you long enough. I don't want to keep you from any sales, but thank you so much, sir, for chatting with us, and look forward to doing this again soon.
All right. Thank you, sir.